Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Redskins Talk TV. This is your host, Andre. Just want to talk about the upcoming game. We got the Denver Broncos, 6-1. We're 2-4. Coming off a victory against the Chicago Bears. This game right here, another must-win. I know a lot of people going with the Broncos. Not inconceivable that the Redskins could take this. There's a lot of takeaways for this game. I just want to talk about that because, once again, as a Redskins fan, I like to think that there is that chance that we can take this game. So don't sleep on a team simply because they're this strong underdog. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the offense. The keys for offense for our team, the Redskins, to win is getting Robert Griffin III out of the pocket. The read option can be a key to success. Now, Denver, they didn't really struggle tremendously when they played against the Raiders, who run a little bit of a read option. They have a quarterback, Terrell Pryor, who can get out of the pocket, but he's got a bit of inexperience because this is his first full year as a starter. So the complexion of the game will be a little bit different because RG3, he's now starting to get his wheels under him. He looked really good last week against the Bears, and that's what can really discombobulate a defense. Now, as far as the run defense, the Broncos have the second-ranked run defense in the league, but they have the 29th ranked pass defense in the league. So it's going to be tough going as far as on the ground, but I still maintain that if we can get Robert Griffin out of the third, because the Broncos really haven't come up against that many teams, with the exception of the Eagles also. But at that time, they were able to stifle Michael Vick. I didn't really get a chance to see the game to see if Michael Vick did more in terms of keeping himself in the pocket or if there was some opportunity for him to get out of the pocket. But with this game, the Broncos can really be thrown off if there's smart play calling by Kyle Shanahan in terms of getting Robert Griffin out of the third. I'm the kind of person who believes that the way our offensive line is playing, because they tend to look like just oversized women, unfortunately, that they get pushed around. So Robert Griffin III sitting in the pocket as a pocket passer is going to have that propensity to get hit because of a missed block or missed assignment by an offensive lineman, the tight end staying into block, or a running back that's supposed to stay into block. So I still say, well, first and foremost, continue to feed the ball to Alfred Morris. Also get the ball to Roy Helu. And, of course, get Robert Griffin III out of the pocket. Those are going to be the key things as far as getting the momentum and moving the ball. I'm here in Texas, so I got a chance to see the Dallas Cowboys play against the Broncos. And as far as the Cowboys, were able to move the ball with some success. So you have to be able to attack that defense. Any defense on any given Sunday can falter, no matter how top-ranked that they are. They usually have pretty good discipline, so it's going to take some good blocking from the offensive linemen to open holes, and also good decision-making by the running backs. Once they see the opening, whether it's a one-cut and go right up the middle, and that's how Alfred Morris was able to win the starting job, because he made better decisions in his rookie season. Also, Jordan Reed. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. He's a player coming into his own, and I think the tight ends are going to win this, especially Jordan Reed. He's rookie tight end. He's got a lot of good skills. He's able to catch the ball. Very few drops, but with a lot more discipline, and especially if he can do a much better job of blocking, then he's going to be a more complete tight end. He's going to be mentioned in the same line as a Jason Witten or Rob Gronkowski or any one of those top-end tight ends that they mention around the league. So Jordan Reed, I look for him to have a really good game, matching up well against the linebackers and safeties against the Broncos. He's going to be another key to our success. Also, Santana Moss and any other slot receiver, just playing and exploiting the middle of the field. Quick decisions by Robert Griffin III. Hopefully he won't spend more time staring down the receiver that he's going to pass to. That's going to get him into a lot of trouble, and that's going to lead to turnovers. But if he's able to look off his target by looking one direction or pump faking, that's going to help us to move the ball. So hopefully good decision by Robert Griffin III. He does tend to run well on the move, but at the same time, the receivers have to see that he might be in trouble and come back to the ball. That's going to help us to get down the field. And it's about getting the first downs, because I would prefer our team to get the first down, keep that defense on the field to whittle them down, break their will, and that gives us a better opportunity to score. And that also keeps Peyton Manning on the sideline, because for every time that we may score, you can always believe that Peyton Manning is going to have a trick or two up his sleeves to get down the field. Now, going over to the our defense, as far as the outside corners, need to be very disciplined and play the man in front of them and not play Peyton Manning. He's like a magician when he's behind center. He's going to make a lot of audibles, going to try to trick the defense into changing their assignments. So don't fall for that Jedi mind trick by old Peyton Manning. So what corners have to do is make sure that they play a man in front of them, not be so nosy looking into the backfield, because, you know, David Amerson, as a rookie corner, he might do what Carlos Rogers did and bite on a double move. So hopefully, whoever he's lining up against, whether it's Decker or Demaryius Thomas or Wes Welker, but more likely Decker or Demaryius Thomas, those are the outside receivers. You know, D'Angelo Hall, I think he's going to do well. He's going to be going up against a big body receiver, whether it's Decker or Thomas. But at the same time, we also have to keep in mind that Wes Welker as a slot receiver is always dangerous. So Josh Wilson or whoever the other nickel or dime corner is going to have to really keep, discipline, not give too much in terms of cushion, which is one of the things that bugs the hell out of me. I know they want to keep the plays in front of them, but with those click slants that they have, that the Broncos are prone to running, the guys are very good at catching and running. So they're going to basically get those long gains to where they have second and short, or just converting a first down after already being on first down. That's what we need to stop. Also, for our defense, I'm more inclined for Haslett to rush 5 and drop 6 into coverage. You're going to always have to worry about Joel Dreesen or Julius Thomas, big-bodied tight ends, great pass receivers, but we're going to need more pass defenders to block and stop plays, try to get the turnover, or just force an incompletion. Whatever it takes for our defense, but I just haven't seen much success as far as us attacking and hitting the quarterback, with the exception of when we played the Raiders. So it was a little bit of an embarrassment last week watching that we couldn't get to the second string quarterback. So once again, rushing at least 5 should be enough to hopefully pressure. Rakpo and Kerrigan, hopefully they won't take too much of an outside route, because they get ridden out of the way and it takes them too long, especially if the quarterback climbs into the pocket, which Peyton Manning is really good at doing. So once again, those are some of the keys. Also, gap discipline. When it comes to the running, I'm not really all too concerned with the running, but Noshawn Moreno and the other running back, they can make plays. But if we get lulled by all the passing, that's when they're going to start calling some plays where the run. And the way this happened last week, where Matt Forte got the ball, ran up the middle for 50-yard touchdown run, really embarrassing. So we need to hem that up. So gap discipline, whoever's going to be filling in, whether it's the middle linebacker, London Fletcher, hopefully he doesn't get out of position. Just watch for the gap and attack that. But at the same time, pass rushing, just being able to shed the block, especially on those stretch plays, because a lot of guys get caught up in, where one blocker ends up taking on 2 of our defenders, and that ends up springing the running back for a decent or a long gain. So we got to be disciplined with that. Last but not least, and everyone is screaming this just like I am, fucking special teams. We're already depleted because we're missing players. We're not going to have Reed Dowdy because he's still suffering from symptoms of the concussion from last week, so he's going to be held out. But our special teams has got to maintain their lanes. When they're going down the field, if everyone gets sucked to one side or sucked in the middle, that's where they break it to the outside. So everyone's got to maintain the lead, hold on their responsibility on their side of the field, and have trust in their teammates in order to make the plays. And most importantly, do not kick to Trendon Holiday. He's a dangerous returner on punt returns, so do not kick to him. And if so, everyone just take a deep breath, clench your ass, and hope that we can tackle him for a short gain. Those are, once again, the keys to our success. It's going to be a tough game. I don't really foresee a shootout to where it's going to be 50 points for Denver and whatever the score is for us. I think it's going to be a moderately scoring game. I think it may be closer than people anticipate because the Broncos, even though they're good, having to take on Robert Griffin now that he's starting to get more confidence. They're calling more run plays for him. But I think that he can do a lot to help this team as long as he's making smart decisions, getting the ball out of his hands, and hopefully the offensive line will help him. And also we have to have a good running play. But the defense, of course, going up against the top, passer like Peyton Manning, that's going to be a challenge. So looking forward to an interesting game. And if we do win this game, because this could be the upset game of the week, just like when the Colts took them, then people will start considering the Redskins more. And, of course, I'm hoping the Dallas Cowboys, they lose against the Detroit Lions. I'm going to be a Lions fan. But once again, fuck the Dallas Cowboys. I try to say that every week because I can't stand them bitches. But if you guys like this video, I hope that you like, subscribe, and share. And to my Redskins family, hail to the Redskins.